back with another Path of Exile 2 video. So this is just a quick one. A few people are asking for a build without the hands of wisdom and action. I've managed to do it. It's not as good as using the hands. Obviously, these are the go-to. They're in a lot of builds. The damage that they give you is insane, plus the attack speed. For such a minor loss of stats, it's kind of a no-brainer. But I've been able to do it. I've still been able to retain quite a few stats, and I've increased my critical hit chance and critical hit damage quite significantly. So my energy shield's gone down a little bit, but my evasion's gone up. So it's jumped from, I think it was like 49% or 45% up to 60%. So I do have a higher evasion rating, but I do have slightly less energy shield. But with PoE2 Grim Feast, I'm still hitting near enough 8,000 energy shield. Movement speed modifiers are the same. Resistances are the same. Mana recovery, I think, the same. It might be slightly higher. But the main thing that's changed is the stats. As you can see here, my cold damage is 4,754 to 9,828. But I do have a 50% chance to crit. I'll call it 51% chance to crit. And then when I do crit, I do 692% damage. I've got mana leech. I've got nearly 12% mana leech, 50% stun build up, and 25% chance to maim. These rest of the statistics and everything down here I've kept the same from the previous build. I'll leave the link in the top corner. The main thing I changed is this, but as you can see, Hands of Wisdom Divine, the difference is ridiculous. I still have the 50% chance to crit, or 51% chance to crit. I lose, what, 30% critical damage bonus, but my DPS goes up nearly 80,000. My Temper Spell goes up 6,000. Herald of Thunder and Herald of Ice go up again. They go up like 6,000-7,000. Okay, so the Hands of Wisdom Divine are the go-to. I know some people don't want to use them. I know people, I was like, oh, well, you're just following the meta build. But they're just that good. They're going to get nerfed. There's no way that these will move into the next update and not be nerfed, because they're in every single build. But as you can see, the huge difference about it is the increase in damage and the attack speed. That still makes a massive difference. The attack speed is like 0.6 higher, which makes a huge difference when you think about it. If I could get this attack up without the sacrifice of crit or anything like that, it'd be massive. You'd probably be able to boost this up to a certain point. But in order to boost this up, this attack speed, you need to sacrifice energy shield, or you need to sacrifice evasion, and then you become even more like a glass cannon. So the main thing that's changed is these gloves. So I got one with 41% evasion and energy shield. It's ridiculously hard to find one that's got high evasion and energy shield, mana, and critical damage bonus plus attack speed. Like, I was looking, and then they get to like 2, 3, 4, 5 divine, and it's kind of not worth the change. Like, there's warranting it. Yeah, you might end up having an extra bit of energy shield, an extra bit of evasion, and then you got your critical damage bonus and your attack speed. But again, is it worth sacrificing this raw power for minor stat boosts? Yeah, I could probably change this build quite significantly. Maybe look at getting a better gloves. Maybe look at going up pure cold damage on here. Look at getting maybe some boots that have all the resistances, which means I don't have to worry about resistances anywhere else. Change this so this gives me crit chance or critical damage bonus. You've got your critical hit chance up there. Maybe you can get some critical damage bonus somewhere else. The staff, get rid of maybe the leech of mana, and maybe have like a mana on kill and a critical damage bonus. So you're just getting critical damage bonuses throughout it. But we'll move on to the passive tree, and I'll explain what I've done differently in order to get 215,000, which isn't bad to say I'm not using the hands. It's pretty good. I'll take it. It can do the content, not as fast as the Hands of Wisdom, but it can do it. So on the passive tree, the main thing I've spec'd into, obviously, is crits. Around here, you've got the crit chance, crit chance, crit chance, crit chance, again crit chance. I've removed this section around here. I've come down this way instead of going up, so this can allow me to come around here, so I can take the 2% evasion, plus 2 evasion per energy shield on the equipped helmet. Then you've got attack speed for 10-fold attacks, and the attack speed there, which give you a little bit of damage. Then you've got your damage here and your chance to maim, paired with the controlled metamorphosis diamond. Crit chance and crit damage down here. My jewels, which increase cold damage and critical damage bonus. Cold damage, critical damage bonus. Cold damage, critical damage bonus. And then these will be cold damage and critical damage bonus. So my jewels will be doing quite a lot of the damage boosts, I've got rid of Unbound Avatar and took I Am the Thunder and Shock Effect. I was tempted to get rid of Sunder My Enemies, maybe add elemental damage, the spell damage, but the fact is I'm focusing all on crits, so therefore I want to ignore the negative enemy resistances, and that's about it. It was just a quick video showing you that you can make a decent build without using the HoWa. It's not as good as using the HoWa, okay, but it can do the content, it can do tier 15s, it can do the bosses, it can do Simulacron areas and stuff like that. It's just not as fast. It does have a large amount of damage, like I've seen this at over 500,000, which isn't bad. Again, when you kind of think about it, you are losing just raw damage, and it's this 1 to 10 lightning damage per 10 intelligence, and then obviously the attack speed. You think about how much you are changing, an extra 1 attack per second. If you think about that in a minute, 60 attacks that you're doing, whatever this is, for 5,000 damage. So it's a huge increase. But it's a good build, like I say. I'm personally probably going to still run HoWa. It's entirely up to you. This was just a little challenge that a few people commented on, saying, see if you could do it. Is it possible to run it? Or some people commenting saying, oh, another HoWa build, boring. Which I do agree. I genuinely do agree. But it is the meta. Like, these are too good not to have on your build. It's just a simple fact. They're too good not to have on it. They're let's say, the dog's bollocks, as they say over in England. Okay, they're the go-to. So, if you enjoyed the video, like I said, it's only been a quick one. Leave a like. Any feedback, leave comments. And like I say, I do appreciate feedback. Good, bad, ugly. And if you're interested in my probably 5.0 build of my monk, I have a good idea of what I'm going to do. This is going to break 300,000 flat stat without Gemlin Stacker. I'm going to have a large amount of crit chance damage and a large amount of crit damage bonus, as well as resistances, as well as evasion. I do know how to do it. I've managed to get it to work. It will be out at some point this week, towards the end. Then subscribe. Stay safe, and peace.